amendment. Mr. Speaker, the parent bill, the last amendment was 2009, Mr. Speaker, before devolution. Mr. Speaker, that showed that there is a gap in our tobacco control bill. So Senator Muma now decide that gap. She has seen the gap and she decided to do that. And I stand to support the bill. Mr. Speaker, if I go direct to the bill, Mr. Speaker, in the first definition of the smoking, it has been done very well. It has incorporated nicotine. And also when it comes to tobacco products, because in the parent bill, it doesn't have, it has a tobacco product, but with no synthetic nicotine definitions. So that means that the objective of the bill is to come up with a regulation of the electronic nicotine bill, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in a section 3, where the Senator Muma amends on the one person nominated by the county government, I appreciate that because this bill, the parent bill, is done before the devolutions, and now this one is considering the county government. That is more of involving devolution. Mr. Speaker, Section 7, amendment, Section 4, which is amendment of Section 7, which gives 50% of the fees paid for testing and approval of the products. When it comes to approval and testing, Mr. Speaker, as my opinion, I think one of the senators also bring that opinion on board on the approval and testing power, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, that we have to separate the role of the power, the approval and the testing. The approval to be done by the Cabinet Secretary for Health, and the testing to be done by Kenya Bureau of Standard. Because if we do, I know it is bureaucratic for the approval and testing, but to restrict these consumptions and also for the industries players not to do some other bribery issues, we need to separate the approval and the testing. On the 50%, my suggestion is also, Mr. Speaker, the consumption of the consumers of these products, in the long run, they end up in health problems, in the lungs cancer and so forth. Mr. Speaker, in SHA, there is a chronic illness fund. So in this, we have to have, maybe my suggestion is the 2% from the source to be deducted to go to the chronic and illness fund. That is one of the amendments which I may suggest on that, so that at least those affected people on the lungs cancers and many other chronic diseases can be catered for in health-wise, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, for the volume of narcotic system in the electronic cigarette, which she suggested, the Senator Muma suggested 10 mg, and internationally it is 20 mg limit, which is suggested by, that is an industry players, that's their suggestion. That showed that they wanted to be, the consumers to be more addictive. To reduce that, we need to reduce the volume of the nicotine in the cigarette, Mr. Speaker. So I agree with the 10%, 10 mg nicotine in the cigarette. Mr. Speaker, there is also, when it comes to also flavors, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, these electronic cigarettes are in packaging in some kind of packaging. Like there is a filter pen, there is a flash disk, of which an ordinary person, me myself, I cannot know until maybe somebody can, maybe an experienced person can tell me this is what is a cigarette, Mr. Speaker. And also, if at all it has a smell, I can recognize, but it has so many flavors that you cannot even think that this person is smoking the cigarette, Mr. Speaker. So to my opinion, and with the agreement of the Senator Muma, we ban the flavor. And in any way, if you are a smoker, why do you have to hide? And also, to be set aside to our youth, our kids at home, Mr. Speaker, we ban this flavor so that we see for the behaviors of our kids at home, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, for the online sales or hawkers and also adverts online, Mr. Speaker, there's easy accessibility for our youth, Mr. Speaker. To restrict, we have to restrict online sales, because nowadays all of us do sales on when we are on our bedroom, Mr. Speaker. So to avoid that, and our youth, maybe you thought that they are doing some other things, maybe they are even ordering this thing online, Mr. Speaker. To avoid that, we have to restrict mode of sales, that is online sales, and also advertisement, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the other thing is warning written on the electronic cigarette, Mr. Speaker. The industry players suggested that is we cannot do, because maybe some of them is like a pen, and writing that warning on that, it will be a tiny thing. So we decided as a committee, no, the warning must be written in any cigarettes and also electronic cigarette, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my suggestion on the also licensing requirement, Mr. Speaker, the way liquor license is different from others, let also tobacco license, electronic cigarette to be different, so that it cannot be sold in anywhere, because currently can be sold in a kiosk in anywhere. But if we restrict the licensing, it is more of controlling measures so that anyone can access the substances, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the other one is about the board. And the board, I have already highlighted that Senator Muma has cooperated the county government, of which senators the oversighting and Senate and county government, Mr. Speaker. There is also the matter of there is a control fund, tobacco control fund. As I have already highlighted, Mr. Speaker, the fund which is in tobacco control fund, Mr. Speaker, currently they are not using properly because they are getting the money from exchequer. Mr. Speaker, that percentage of the 2% or 5% roughly can be deducted to take to chronic illness fund. Mr. Speaker, in section 5, there is a place supplies to and by young person, Mr. Speaker, that is restricting no person should be sell tobacco products to a person under 18. Mr. Speaker, that shows that we can, the kids, nowadays, but with this accessibility of the electronic cigarette, which is not regulated, it is everywhere, Mr. Speaker, in primary school even, leave of secondary school, Mr. Speaker. So we have to, if we pass this bill, our primary school and secondary schools will be safe because they are under 18 and it will be safe. Mr. Speaker, for the promotions and the advertisements and the sponsor, Mr. Speaker, they are not supposed to sell no person should advertise the tobacco product on any medium of electronic, printed, or any other form of communications, because that is under online selling, on the online advert, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, there is also prohibiting smoking area, which we have to regularize. The bill restricted where not to smoke the cigarette, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this is highly recommended that we are not supposed to, in a working area, there must be a strategic place for cigarette smoking area, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, with those few remarks, Mr. Speaker, I support the bill. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is the Commissioner of Congo Mugeni, a Senator for Nyamira County.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir, I thank you for the opportunity you have given me to contribute to this bill that has been sponsored by my good friend, Senator Catherine Muma. Mr. Speaker, I begin by saluting Senator Catherine Muma for coming up with a bill that, Mr. Speaker, poses a big, the use of e-cigarettes that is being addressed in this bill poses a big challenge to the future of our children. And I'm not, Mr. Speaker, I'm making my contribution when in the gallery there are a number of students who I believe will pay some attention to what I'm going to say. Mr. Speaker, I've read the Memorandum of Object and Reasons in support of this bill, and I want to begin by making an appeal to my good friend Senator Muma because of what I'm going to state on this floor. We should amend our statement of object and reasons for the bill. Instead of saying that the bill seeks to ensure that no products, particularly electronic nicotine delivery systems, are manufactured, distributed, or imported or sold in Kenya without the prior authorization of the Cabinet Secretary. Mr. Speaker, I'll propose that we should amend this bill to ban totally the use of e-cigarettes in this country. Mr. Speaker, if my good friend Catherine Muma, Senator, is persuaded, we should amend this bill and propose for a total ban of e-cigarettes in this country. Mr. Speaker, if you speak to any doctor, I was present in a sitting of the Health Committee when we received views from a number of stakeholders. And Mr. Speaker, one of the stakeholders in that meeting was a widow of a son of a former cabinet secretary, a former minister during Moi's government, the widow of the late Peter Olo Aringo Jr. Mr. Speaker, I took videos of the presentation of that lady, the widow of the late Peter Olo Aringo Jr. And Mr. Speaker, that Kenyan who appeared before that committee had very convincing health-backed scientific reasons why we should not allow e-cigarettes to be sold in this country, Mr. Speaker. And I don't think, Mr. Speaker, as members of this august House, we should legislate to allow products that are harmful to our children to be sold in this country, Mr. Speaker. I've seen the proposals in the bill, especially in Section 15, where we are saying that we are going to prohibit smoking of e-cigarettes in our homes. Mr. Speaker, do you have capacity of banning your 18-year-old from smoking e-cigarettes in your own home? What will be the legal consequence? The best thing we can do, Mr. Speaker, is to keep these products away from our borders. And Mr. Speaker, science, the research around science supports banning of e-cigarettes. The WHO itself, Mr. Speaker, and I'm happy that the chair of health is now here. He was in that meeting, Mr. Speaker, when we got that presentation from the widow of Peter Olo Aringo, Jr., Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, WHO has warned us. WHO has warned nations all over the world, Mr. Speaker, that allowing e-cigarettes consumption in any country, the risk you're posing is to the children, the young people of those countries. They say the people at risk is not us, the senior citizens, 50 years and above. No. Nobody's going to convince you, Mr. Speaker, at your age to start consumption of e-cigarettes. No. But WHO is saying in countries that e-cigarette is allowed, about 50% of the customers of e-cigarette smoking are children between the age of 15 and 24, Mr. Speaker. Just look at that risk, that as a country, we are putting at risk a very vulnerable generation of 15 to 24 at the risk of getting addicted to e-cigarettes. And then WHO is telling us, Mr. Speaker, that the easiest way of moving into conventional smoking is by allowing e-cigarettes, Mr. Speaker. Honestly, Mr. Speaker, why should we, barely because we want to look at commercial interest in terms of the tax that we are going to get, to destroy the future generation, simply because we are saying we want the government not to lose tax? Because in that meeting, Mr. Speaker, we had stakeholders in that meeting, and all they were telling us, Mr. Speaker, is that if you ban e-cigarettes, there will be a drop in revenue in terms of tax collection that will go to the government. Mr. Speaker, we should not substitute the future of our children with commercial interests, Mr. Speaker. As a country, we should never, Mr. Speaker. And then, Mr. Speaker, we are not an island. We are a family of nations, Mr. Speaker. There are countries that have been bold enough that have banned totally e-cigarettes within their jurisdictions. Even our neighbors, Uganda, President Kaguta Yoweri Museveni has totally banned e-cigarettes in Uganda, Mr. Speaker, through the Tobacco Control Act of Uganda, Mr. Speaker. If Museveni, our neighbor here, can forego tax income from e-cigarettes and still the country is surviving, why not us, Mr. Speaker? Why not us, Mr. Speaker? In Asia, Mr. Speaker, Thailand has totally banned the use of e-cigarettes, Mr. Speaker. If you read medical journals, Mr. Speaker, the professional body of doctors in the UK gave a scientific paper on the risk posed by e-cigarette that led to the banning, Mr. Speaker, total banning of e-flavored